Hello, my name is Diego Rodriguez, and I am a first year at Cal Poly. As you can tell by the dorm room, pardon the surfboard next to me if it's distracting you. There was a bit of lack of space in here. I'm sure as my other freshmen know. I'm in the Tenaya Hall in a double, so I guess I lucked out there because some of these triples are absolutely inhumane. Some architect found a way to fit in three beds into these things, and I'm just thankful that I have a double. Going back to the surfboard, that segues me into one of the things that makes me unique is that I am super athletic, if I can say so. I do a multitude of sports, mostly aquatic ones, surfing being my favorite. And then on top of that, I was a competitive swimmer all throughout high school. Personality characteristics that really are going to help me in this class and are going to show up later on is my overall sociality. I'm a huge talker. I'm probably the most talkative person I know. And I think that'll help me hopefully not hinder my ability to give speeches because they might run a little long. And if that's the case, then I'm going to be talking really fast. And to jump into the next part of this speech, my advocacy is going to be based on media. Throughout this course, I hopefully get to touch more on my thoughts on media currently, especially with my generation and social media. I would like to advocate that we have a regression back to a more tolerant audience as far as media goes. And I know that's going to sound interesting because it just seems like the further and further we get along in history, the further and further we progress. But I would advocate that in doing so, in talking about us having more tolerance, we could have a funnier society. And that's just as basic as I'm going to go with it. I'd like to get deeper, but in 3 minutes, I don't think I have the time. So I would just like to say that as long as we're all talking about us talk, being more accepting of humor, especially cultural humor, as a Mexican, half Mexican, and then half white citizen, I would say that it's really interesting having grown up in elementary schools where I hear in different languages jokes that are funny and they don't need to necessarily always be okay or socially accepting. And I think that the overall goal of comedy and media should be to just project exactly what it is and it be up to the audience to interpret, not for media and tabloids to chip away at the actual funny part until we get to a point where nothing's funny and no one can say anything right anymore because it hurts someone's feelings. And that can change the world just by us all having a little more fun throughout our days with a little less stress that we're going to step on somebody's toes when we say something that's possibly wrong when it was just intended to be funny. Hopefully I get the chance to make some of those jokes later on throughout this course, but other than that, that's the main thing I like to advocate.